In Thailand, protesters clashed with the police as they tried to storm a government building on Friday. Despite the removal of the prime minister this week, demonstrators are calling for all government officials to leave office. They vow more protests if their demands are not met. CCTV's Tony Cheng reports from Bangkok.
Well, this is the last of many final assaults we've seen on the government by the protesters in the 6 months that they've been out on the streets. So I don't think there's any reason to suppose that this one will be any more final than the ones that they've preceded. Nonetheless, they do have momentum with them. They have finally managed to get rid of Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra. So I think they're buoyed by that. There were relatively large numbers out on the streets there. They rallied to a number of different streets around the city. They said they're going to continue that tomorrow. In fact, tomorrow they're particularly going to target television stations that they say have been supportive of the government, have been biased. Now, that's obviously a question of perspective. Nonetheless, I think it shows the antagonistic relationship they have with the media at the moment. They did, however, fail to succeed in setting up the stages that they had previously had around Bangkok. They're now pretty much focused in Lumpini Park and up in the north of Bangkok in the Cheng government site. They still hold on to those sites, but they're not anywhere else in large numbers. But elsewhere, things do seem to be moving in their direction as well. The man that the protesters wanted to take the position of the Speaker of the Senate has succeeded in doing so by quite a large margin. The man who was felt to be supportive of the government failed to do so. Now, that may be significant in the coming weeks because one of the demands of the protesters is that the Senate, which is currently the only really effective body of government, that the Senate appoints a government. And that government takes power before an election is held. And that's going to be the question of, one would imagine, some legal wrangling over the next couple of weeks. But the wind of change and support does seem to be going the protesters' way at the moment.